I'm T. Sanders, and I want to tell you my story. It's a story of brokenness, but also healing. It shows how God uses the generosity of others to redeem a life and change the world around it. As a kid in Baltimore, my life was rocky. My mom was raising my siblings and me, and she had a lot of struggles. I first heard about RVR from a social worker. She said there were scholarships, and it sounded amazing, but my mom said no. I think she was nervous about being away from me for a whole week. But when things got even harder for my mom, I went into foster care. It's hard to be separated from your family. My mom may have had struggles, but she loved me, and I missed her. My one condition for going into care was that I could go to RVR, the camp of my dreams. The drive to RVR was so beautiful. And when I got there, they took me to the dorm and said, "Here's your bed." I couldn't believe it. Mine? Yep, for the whole week. I'd never had my own bed before. We moved around so much that we couldn't have much furniture, and having beds weren't a priority. Even at my foster home, no one had ever said, "This is your bed." It was more like, "Here's our guest room, and you can stay here." So it felt amazing to have someone tell me that this was my bed and my space. And RVR gave me structure. And my life was so chaotic. But at RVR, I knew when I was going to wake up, when I was going to do an activity, and when I was going to go to bed. It gave me such peace, and I could build skills like going to God in honest conversations, reflecting internally, and using the Bible as a true resource. I took that home with me. RVR scholarships enabled me to return to camp a few summers in a row. The summer I was adopted, I entered RVR's TNT program. I got to live and serve at RVR for 4 weeks. George Hopkins was a speaker at RVR, and I started attending Gallery Church Sowebo, where he's the pastor.
I've been speaking at River Valley Ranch for a number of years now. My family and I love being there every year we go. And one summer we met an amazing young lady named T, and she wanted to come visit our church. And we thought we're pretty far away, so you don't have to make that effort, but she actually showed up. And then a family within the church started picking her up every Sunday, and she became an integral part of our church and our fellowship. So much so that many people in our church call her their little sister, and she's surrounded by great community. Now T is a big part of who we are in the local church. We love her. We've watched her go from high school to college, and we look forward to walking with her as she continues to grow into the woman that God's created her to be and to do the work that God's called her to do. So for those of you who gave, hoping to give an experience, a camping experience to a young lady, I want to say thank you. But I also want to encourage you that you've given more than just a camping experience. You've invested in her life that she can become the woman that God's created her to be and walk with the fellowship of the local church.
Where am I now? Right now I'm on scholarship to UMBC, majoring in media and communications. And I'm excited for where God is going to take me. What would I say to the people who paid for my RVR scholarship? I'd say that God used your gifts to change my life. God used RVR to show me how to walk with Him every day. He showed me a whole different lifestyle. Your gifts caused a positive chain reaction in my life and my circles going forward. Thank you so much for that.